Hey guys, this is Anali and I am back with a new tutorial. This tutorial we will be discussing a problem regarding moment of inertia. So guys, before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification about the newly uploaded videos. So for solving such kind of the problem regarding moment of inertia, we need to remember the 4 steps. The first step is we need to draw the axis which is parallel to the axis about which the moment of inertia has to be determined. So here in our case we need to determine the moment of inertia about this axis AB. So we need to draw the axis which is parallel to this axis AB, and it should pass through the centroid of the lamina. So let us draw the axis which is parallel to this axis AB and passing through the centroid of the plane lamina. So this is the axis which is passing through the centroid of this lamina, and let us name it as YY. Okay, now next step is to determine the origin which will be lying at the leftmost and the bottommost point of this figure. So here it will be lying at somewhat this point. So let us consider this point as origin, that is having the coordinate as 0 0. Next step is to split this entire plane lamina into the standard figures, that is rectangle, triangle, semicircle or circle. So let us split this entire plane lamina into the number of standard figures. So let us consider this as 1, this figure as 2 and this as 3. Okay, this triangular region as 3. Okay, now we need to determine the moment of inertia of these standard figures about this axis YY, and afterwards we need to apply the parallel axis theorem to determine the moment of inertia of this plane lamina about this axis AB. So this is the procedure which we will be going to follow to solve such kind of the problem. So first of all, we need to write down all the value of the area and the location of the centroid from the origin. So first of all, let us note down the centroid location for the standard figures. So for the semicircular region, the centroid will lie at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from this end. So let us locate the centroid for the semicircular region. So this is the axis which is passing through the centroid of the semicircular region. Okay, and it will be lying at a distance of 4r divided by 3 pi from the origin only. As from this end the centroid will be lying at a distance of 4r by 3 pi, and we have considered origin at this point only. So here the centroid will be lying at a distance of 4r divided by 3 pi from the origin only. So let us consider this as x1 only. Okay, so x1 will be somewhat 4r divided by 3 pi, that is for figure number 1. So for figure number 1, x1 is given as 4r divided by 3 pi, and placing the value of r as 5 cm, we will be getting the value of x1 as somewhat 2.12 cm, and the area of this figure 1 can be given as a1, that is equals to half of pi r square, and r is given as 5 cm. So the value of a1 comes out to be 39.26 centimeter square. Okay, now similarly for the figure 2, the centroid for the rectangular region passes at a half of this distance, half of this total distance, that is at a 10 centimeter from this end. So let us draw the axis which is passing through the centroid of this triangular region. Okay, sorry, rectangular region. So it will be lying at a distance of x2 from this end only, and the value of x2 is nothing but 10 centimeter only. Okay, so the value of x2 is given as 10 centimeter, and for this entire rectangular region the area can be given as, that is a2, that is equals to 20 into 10. So the value comes out to be 200 centimeter square. Okay, similarly for this triangular region, the centroid will be passing somewhat like this, and it will be lying at a distance of 10 by 3 from this end. Okay, so sorry, this is not 10 centimeter but this is 6 centimeter, so it will be lying at a distance of 6 by 3 centimeters, so it is nothing but 2 centimeter from this end. So from this end it will be lying at a distance of 20 minus 2, that is 18 centimeter. So the x3 will be given as 18 centimeter, that is the location of this axis which is passing through the centroid of this triangular region from the origin. Okay, and the A3 can be given as half into base into height. Base is given as 10 centimeter and the height is given as 6 centimeter. So the value of A3 comes out to be nearly 30 centimeter square. Okay, now we need to locate this axis YY which is passing through the centroid of this plane lamina from the origin, and let us name it as X bar. So X bar is nothing but the location of the axis, this axis YY which is passing through the centroid of this plane lamina. So X bar can be given as A2x2 minus A1x1 minus A3x3 divided by A2 minus A1 minus A3. Here we have subtracted the area from the total area, since there is a semicircular hole present and there is a cut of the triangular region here also. So we have subtracted this much area from the total area, that is A2. Okay, so we know the value of A2, X2, A1, X1, A3, X3. So placing the values, we will be getting the value of X bar as somewhat 10.53 centimeter. So this distance is given as 10.53 centimeter. Okay, now we need to determine the moment of inertia of the standard figures about this axis YY which is passing through the centroid of this plane lamina. And let us consider this YY axis as a global axis, and the axis which is passing through the centroid for the standard figures we consider it as a local axis. So we need to determine the moment of inertia of the standard figures about this global YY axis. So the moment of inertia for the figure 1 about this axis YY can be given as Iyy1, that is the moment of inertia about this local YY axis, plus area into h1 square, where h1 is nothing but the distance between these two axes. So h1 can be given as this much distance, that is x bar minus x1. So h1 is nothing but x bar minus x1. Okay, so we will be placing the value, and the moment of inertia of this semicircular region we have obtained as 0.11 r raised to 4, which we have discussed in the previous tutorial. So 0.11 into r raised to 4, and here r is 5 centimeters, so 0.11 into 5 raised to 4 plus area, that can be given as 39.26 centimeter square, that we have obtained already, into x1 square, that is x bar minus x1, and x bar is given as 10.53 minus x1, that we have obtained as 2.12 whole square. Okay, so we will be getting Iyy1 as 2845.922 centimeter raised to 4. Okay, so this is the moment of inertia for this semicircular region about this axis YY. Similarly, we need to obtain the moment of inertia for this rectangular region about this axis YY, and it can be given as Iyy2, that is the moment of inertia about its local YY axis, plus area into h2 square, and h2 is nothing but this much distance, that is x2 minus x bar. Okay, so Iyy2, that can be given as 1 by 12 bd cube, and b is nothing but a dimension which is parallel to the axis. So here we are considering the axis in the y direction, so the parallel dimension will be 10 centimeter. So 1 by 12, and the value of b will be 10 and the value of d will be 20. Okay, so 1 by 12 into 10 into 20 cube plus area that we have obtained as 200, x2 minus x bar that we know as x2 that we have obtained as 10 centimeters. So 10 minus x bar that we have obtained as 10.53. So it is 10.53 whole square. Okay, so we will be getting the value of Iyy2 as somewhat 6722.846 centimeter square. Similarly, we need to obtain the value of Iyy3. So Iyy3 can be given as Iyy3, that is the moment of inertia about its local YY axis plus area into the square of the distance between these two axes. Okay, that is these two axes. So h3 can be given as x3 minus x bar. We can also write it as x bar minus x3. We need to take the square, so the value will be always positive only. So we can either write x3 minus x bar or x bar minus x3. So the value of I by 3 can be given for the triangle as 1 by 36 BD cube. So 1 by 36, B is the parallel dimension to this axis and it is nothing but 10 centimeter. So 1 by 36 into 10 into D, that is 6 centimeter. So 6 cube plus A3 that we have obtained as 30 centimeter square. So 30 into H3, that is X3 minus X bar, and X3 that we have obtained as 18 centimeters. So 18 minus X bar, that is 10 centimeters. X bar, that is nothing but 10.53, okay, so whole square. So we will be getting the value of I by 3 as somewhat 1734.027 centimeter square, okay, centimeter raised to 4, here also centimeter raised to 4, okay. So now we need to determine the total moment of inertia of this plane lamina about this axis YY, so which can be obtained as IYY, that is equals to I y 2 minus I y 1 minus I y 3, okay. We have subtracted this moment of inertia from the I y 2 as there is a semicircular hole present on this side and the triangular region cut on this side. So we have subtracted from I y 2. So placing the value of I y 2, I y 1 and I y 3, we will be getting the value of I y as somewhat 2142.897 centimeter raised to 4, okay. Now we need to determine the moment of inertia about this axis AB. So the moment of inertia about this axis AB can be given with the help of the parallel axis theorem, that is IAB, that is equals to IYY plus area of the plane lamina into the square of the distance between these two, okay, and the distance between these two axes is nothing but X bar. So here H will be nothing but X bar only, and the area can be given as A2 minus A1 minus A3, okay, and that can be obtained as 130.74 centimeter square, and IYY that we have obtained as 2142.897. So placing the values in this equation, so we would be getting the value of IAB as 2142.897 plus area, that is 130.74 into square of the distance between these two axes, that is nothing but X bar, and we have obtained X bar as 10.53, so 10.53 square. So we will be getting the value of IAB as 1.66 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter raised to 4, okay. So we have obtained the value of the moment of inertia of this plane lamina about this axis AB as 1.66 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter raised to 4. So guys, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching this video.